Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we're going back. Finally. Am I the asshole? I'm here. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter that she's not going to marry a billionaire? Let's fucking predict this shit. I don't think it's physically a billionaire, but I think his daughter in question is probably thinking that she's gonna date somebody rich and she's not doing responsible shit with her life. That's what I'm thinking off the top of my head. And I guarantee you in the comments they're gonna be slacking off the daughter. But in my head, why as a grown adult I put my daughter's fucking problems on the internet? I never do that. But let's get into it. I, a 47-year-old male, have a bit of a problem. I have a daughter that's 20 years old and my wife is 46. She isn't my daughter's biological mother, but has been in her life since she was 13. Her mother and I divorced when she was 12 due to her alcoholism. Oh my goodness, this is already starting off terrible. For about a year now, my daughter has gotten in her head that she'll marry a billionaire, and that'll be the only way that she can be happy in this life. I can only speculate that she got this idea from social media, the killer of everything. She's not doing great in school at the moment, and all she talks about marrying a billionaire. What the fuck? Is she dead ass? How she thinks she could beat one? What type of house? Is she dead? Yo, is she dead ass? Yo, if this is my daughter, I'd actually put this on the internet as well. There's no way she's dead ass. There's no way. She's 20 years old talking about where am I going to meet this billionaire. She might be high. Did he think about that? And she's trying to take the steps to make this happen, which has me worried. I found out that she has, for example, spent time in hotel lobbies, bars, having a drink, trying to pick up older guys. Yo, she dead ass trying to make this happen. Hey, do you, boo boo? If my daughter marry a billionaire, I'm finna be a billionaire, bitch. We better run up on that nigga. Mind you, we do not come from poverty. She's never experienced financial insecurity. Okay, so she's a fucking she's an idiot. But we are definitely not billionaires, upper middle class white here talking, I guarantee you. My wife has a brother who was very well off, and my daughter has actively tried to get closer to him and his family in pursuit of okay. I think she's actually fucked in the head. It got to the point where she ended up sharing selfies from the family house on social media, and now she's not allowed in there anymore due to the violation of their privacy. She has pulled similar stunts with other family, friends and family who have even a bit of a more lavish lifestyle. Wow, the internet has fucked with her head. She also has tried to message some of my own work associates who are in a more glamorous, there's no shot. Yo, I already hate this bitch position at work than I am, and I had to find out from them after they shared what my daughter had been sending them on LinkedIn out of all platforms. She's suggested one of them to buy her fancy Yo, what the fuck? Yo, she dead ass like she gonna make this happen no matter what. Alright, my daughter isn't stupid. She's done well in school until recently. Her performance is very bad. Got into a good university and is proficient in multiple languages. She also wrote a book when she was 16, and it's made it quite successful even. But something has happened that has made her so obsessed with money, and I have no idea what it is. You have no idea. We live in this capitalistic society. You have no idea. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Come on, bro. Come on, big bro. She is temporarily staying with us for some weeks, and she's looking for a new apartment. And for the past 4 or 5 days, this entire thing has had her so depressed that she hasn't got her out of bed. She hasn't got out of her bed, and keeps crying because she doesn't have a billionaire boyfriend slash husband. Has to stay in places that are not. Yo, the internet really fucked with her head. I'm fucking insulting her, but she dead ass. She might be sick. She cries like somebody has died, and it sounds like intense grief. Every morning we wake up to her sobbing in her room. She might be dead ass clinically depressed. I've tried talking to her and I've tried the loving approach of comforting her and telling her that one day she'll find someone who loves her as much as I, but it hasn't been good enough. And she'll say, yeah, but he'd probably be broke, so I don't care. Yo. I then took a more direct approach and told her there's only a very tiny fraction of the world's population who are billionaires. Most of them tend to marry each other or are married already. So the statistical odds of this billionaire romance happening for her are practically zero. Is that the right way to do it? Just be honest. You're 20. Yes, be honest. You're fucking 20 years old. Crying about I'm not gonna meet a billionaire. I I'm feeling sad for her because I think there's fucking something wrong with her mentally. But dog, you're 20 years old. You're not 15. This is not a romantic movie or book. My wife thought I was being an asshole by being. No, she's 20. She about to start drinking in a year. And you can't be real with her. You got to be real with her. I didn't have to ruin it for her like that. Yo, the wife fucked up too. She tried defending her by saying that my daughter is still young. I should allow her to have fantasies. A 20-year-old should be allowed to have fantasies? Am I tripping? Is 20 not old? I feel like if you're 17 saying this, I think you're a fucking idiot. 17. 17. If you were under 17, maybe I'd be like, eh. Because I'm 17, I'm thinking, you're almost 18. You about to be an adult, you dumbass. I just don't agree. Everyone can dream, sure, facts. But the fact that she has already violated the boundaries. I forgot. She texted his work friends off LinkedIn. Yo, she might be dumb as hell. And that situation is getting so on top of her that it's affecting her academic performance. She's dead ass depressed because she hasn't met a billionaire. There's something wrong with her. In reality, there's something wrong with her, obviously. But like outside of that, like, bruh, I can't believe this. You the internet, the internet. Don't let it fucking affect right here. Right here. Don't let it do it. Don't let it do it. Don't, because you'll end up like this person. Means that something needs to be done. This cannot be healthy. It's already unhealthy. She's clinically depressed. Not clinically. She's depressed though. Plus, her trying to talk to much older men is just dangerous, and I'm worried that she's gonna end up hurt. Edit. I've reached out to therapists. Ooh, I don't know about that. I think an intervention would have been better, and then a therapist, but therapist is fine too. I'm also going through my daughter's social media on the moment, which is all public. I'm trying to find any glaring red flags that may put her in danger. We'll update later. Thanks everyone for your suggestions, aside from those who just provided a list of ways to marry rich. Okay, you know what? I'd give her two options. I'd be like, bitch, you either give me a plan of how you gonna marry somebody rich that I don't fucking know, because it can't be anybody I know, or get out of this mood. What happened to love? As somebody pointed out, yes, love alone does not pay the bills. But what is so wrong with looking for a partner who has a stable income doing what they love? Stability is not found only in riches. Why does this person even have to be incredibly rich? Maybe I'm just being weird old. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're being a regular human being. That this attitude is so common. I feel bad for the TikTok generation. It hasn't been many hours, but I'm honestly trying to, and I think writing this will happy. There's been zero response. I contacted. No updates there. If my daughter, I will honor and pay for it. I fucking skipped the sentence. I read it in my head. If my daughter wants to go to therapy, I will 100% support it and pay for it. Speaking of, many people here have blamed me for enabling my daughter. I'm not quite sure how to feel about it yet. I have paid for her studies, her rent, and travel in case she wants to go abroad to see her cousin, and who I believe she's a successful and thing my daughter should definitely look up to. I do not pay up for my daughter. She has asked me to get her designing things, and I've told her that she needs to get a job or something similar. She wants fancy things. She needs to understand the value of money. I have, however, bought her luxuries like an iPhone, tablet, and a MacBook, but with the condition that she uses them to improve her life. So I have some things to share how my feel. One thing I did was a thorough check. She has multiple friends. She always follows herself, so I managed to find those. She has reposted some alarming content from various female, and a lot of them were rather misogynistic, just packaged. Lots of women say rich man will choose a poor but skinny waitress instead of an overweight CEO. She has been actively reposting content of women shopping hauls with their rich boyfriend slash husband got them. A lot of the stuff of how men cannot love and how women should look to get a rich guy. There's some videos she like to repost where Yoon just screams telling her viewers to wake up and stop dating brokies. This is like, people don't think that a social media affects them until they go out into the real world and see how bad it's affecting them. This is an example right here. You're thinking that in your head, like let's think about this logically. You watch all these videos online of people talking about this, people talking about that, and how you shouldn't be dating a man for his quality. Only quality that they have is being rich, and that they can take care of you with their money. That's it. That people dead ass believe that. Like, women will go out of their way to, not women, women on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram will go out of their way to bash men and say all these bad things about men. But in reality, in their own lives, they act completely different than the things that they portray online. And also, another thing, there is a lot of fucking bot activity on the internet. On the internet, 50% of bots are on the internet. The other 50% is humans. And then you got to think, on social media, it's probably 70% at this moment are bots. and the rest are regular human beings. Like people need to understand that. The things that you constantly see, these algorithms that are fucking your head up and telling you things that you think this is bullshit. It's something that people want you to believe. The way that they make you argue about all these dumbass fucking arguments and having people do one thing like go on Twitter. It's always terrible on Twitter, but it's all fake. Like none of this shit actually is real life. Cause you talk to anybody in real life about shit that Twitter people are mad about or Twitter people are happy about, people in real life don't give a fuck about that. Like live your life. Talk to people in the real world. You'll see the difference in like what people talk about. The littlest shit that people don't care about. Like you'll see it. It's like that. She also had damn this is long as a bitch. She also had posts of her own from her expensive restaurants among other places where I can only assume guys have taken her out on dates. And I don't mean $60, 60 euro. Ugh. European? I might click off this bitch right now. She deserves it. Fuck. European. Ugh. I just got unnecessarily mad at that, but let's continue. Steakhouse. I mean restaurants where they serve 11 course meals that cost at least 200 euros per person. As she's not employed, I know for sure she's not paying for that for herself. She also has a post where she explained alarmingly that women who want to handsome guys are trashy because real high value women go for a man's resources, not looks. It's absolutely bizarre seeing her talk like that. She had written a post that she subscribed to some course that is supposed to make her rich and famous. She fell for the online course gimmick? Yo, I'm gonna be dead honest. If my daughter or my son or any offspring that I ever have in my life falls for an online content or whatever course, online course on how to get rich, I have failed as a human being. Not just as a parent, as a human being. This is bullshit. Let's continue. Some content creator club. Basically, she paid 500 euros out of her own money I had given her to some Russian creator whose entire persona revolves around provider men and her glow up. The 500 went to coaching sessions with said creator where she was teaching my daughter the tricks to make money on social media. What do you mean it sounds like a scam? It sounds like a scam? In all honesty, the women seemed rather crappy as well, proudly accepting big amounts of money from desperate girls who wanted to be famous such as, how do I know this? Has several posts about it that were all set to public. I've asked her to make her social media private. Finally, the daughter did one thing right in this story. Anyway, then came the talk. I finally spoke to my daughter. I told her that first and foremost, she's an adult and gets to make adult choices, and whatever she does is up to her. That said, I told her that I was concerned. I told her I was concerned. I tried to gently ask what kind of guy she goes on date with, and that of course she doesn't have to tell me. But if we can have an open, I think it would make us both of us feel better. And that she goes out with much older guys, between 30. I felt grossed out. Want her to feel sad as if anything ever happens, she can come to me. Asked her why she's so keen on having a much older rich guy and what that may bring in her life that she doesn't already have. She just mentioned private jet, shopping trips, big house. Told her that while those things certainly can be fun, it's not worth risking her autonomy and education for that stuff, particularly because the chance that she'll end up with someone who will financially abuse her is quite high, while she sort of thought she's too smart to be taken advantage of. Bitch, you bought a course from an online fucking content creator. I swear to God, my daughter. My hand is ready. I don't give a fuck if you, bitch. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Niggas gonna dead ass take that serious. Niggas gonna take. I promise I'm not gonna hit nobody. Theoretically, I forgot where I was. She's too smart to be taken advantage of. Go figure. I brought up a lot of bad things that can happen. She's read anything about e-files. She hadn't until there are numerous reports ending up in really bad situations. It went right over hell as well. I then asked why she had been sobbing, if she feels depressed. She broke down in tears again. I asked if something bad happened, and she didn't want to tell me. And she said, yes, I froze. Oh, hold on. Something bad happened to her? I thought of the worst that a dad can think of. Go grab a note. She sobbed without being, but I patiently waited. She told me that around a year ago, her and her friends stuck to a party together in one of those fans. Her friend apparently is also into the whole provider. They had fun, had some, according to my daughter, all the men were only into her friend, and a guy she had been eyeing the whole time ended up asking for her friend's number instead. I dead ass thought somebody fucking mistreated her like real badly, you know, real badly. This then repeated multiple times over several months where her friend would get approached instead of her. Then a little later, the girls found out there was actually some guy who was a few years older at the university who actually was the son of a multimillionaire. It became a huge fight between my daughter and her friend. They both began trying to get the guy. This girl, who my daughter thought was her friend, started then spreading nasty rumors, also tried to sabotage her weight loss. As always struggled with her weight, her now former friend is now in a serious relationship with this guy, and as a result, feels like she was robbed of a potentially good future. She also said she feels so jealous all the time that her friend that is consuming her. I was a bit confused. That was all. You know what? Like, this don't mean shit to me, but in my mind, I'm thinking, you gotta think, like, obviously, is that all is crazy. But in my head, I'm thinking, her whole life is finding a rich guy, and her best friend sabotaged her and got the rich guy. That sounds like devastating, depressing news. I understand that. I understand that the empathy behind that. But if you weren't so fucking caught up on getting a rich guy and just focus on going to university, just like I don't know, man. Let's continue. I even asked my daughter multiple times that this was all that happened and that no one ever done anything to her against her consent, but no. She went as far as to tell me that she's not even active. What the fuck? Ugh, bitch. Sure, bullying can be traumatic. My daughter's reactions to her whole life, she's been trying to do something, and her best friend fucking stole that away from her. What do you mean you don't understand why? Like, you dumbass nigga. This is why he's old, and he's a fucking. Ooh, let me not say that word. She wants to continue at the university and has told me she will try again to pass some of the courses she hasn't passed yet, but doesn't seem to take it as seriously as he should. Yo, why are you wasting money on this? So all in all, not sure where to go from here. My daughter has thankfully agreed to speak to a therapist. That's all good news. That's all for now. Daughter is freaking out. She won't ever be married to a billionaire. What's this? Heartbreak. Don't know what that is. Your daughter may be smart in areas, but her emotional IQ is hovering close to zero. Hold on, before I start reading the comments. Daughter is cooked by social media, right? Daughter got cooked by social media, and her friend betrayed her. She's in a terrible place. I think therapy can help, but I also think just kind of like having her stop, me personally, I don't give a fuck if my daughter's 20 or not. I tell her to stop using social media for a month. Like I'd ask her to delete it off her phone, and I'd say, yo, like just try to live in the real world. You know what I mean? Try to find some new friends. Try to get your mojo back. You know, if it's a college semester, take the semester off, right? Get a job. Get like change your environment, change your mindset, and change the way you're thinking because right now you're in a bad mental space. You feel betrayed. Your life fucking sucks. Ah, yada yada yada. Let's switch the situation. If she's still not doing better, then we go speak to a therapist. I feel like this generation, everybody's like, yo, you're fucked up, go to therapy. Yo, you're fucked up, go to therapy. Yo, you're fucked up, go to therapy. Like like that's not just the solution to every problem, big bro. Like everything can't just be therapy, therapy, therapy. Like some people that don't work for them. Some people need real life solutions, not just sitting down and talking to somebody to get solutions. You know what I mean? Like I hate that like oh just go to therapy, you'll be all better. Like that's not reality. It's not real life. Your daughter may be smart in some areas, but her emotional IQ is hovering zero and choosing on the business associate. That's fucking insane. On her uncle as well, insane. That she has no idea how people meet and move in the financial realm she's aiming for, and her glaring attempts at attracting a billionaire is only making it less likely that a wealthy man will come along. Most billionaires have extremely good BS detectors that can tell a gold digger from 100 miles away. I think your daughter desperately needs therapy. Her priorities are completely fucked, and the fact that she's hysterical at the idea of not marrying is disturbing. By the way, not the asshole. She's cruising for a bruising, and the way she's headed, somebody's going to figure she's easy pickings, use her, dump her hard. In this case, your wife is wrong. 20-year-old is getting too old. Facts! At 16, yeah, a girl might What did I say? At 16. I told you 16 was cool. Yo, shout out to the first Reddit person I ever agreed with in my life. I don't agree with y'all dumbass niggas because every time I read one of these MIT assholes, the comments are always the worst type of comments. She needs professional help. She's being a gold digger and stalker. It's not going to well end for her. Well, this nigga's a bitch. Like, what the fuck? Why you being so assholey? Not the asshole. Is she mentally okay? She may need an assessment if she's starting to. Plus, she's trying to act like an escort and is harassing your wife's brother. Seriously, she needs help. Yep. A form of mental illness. Everybody is a fucking doctor in these comments. You'll do her no favors by him or her. To be honest, she's a bit old to be such a fantasist. Okay, agree with that. She's in a mental like what? Shut up, nigga. She's at the age where some mental. Shut up, nigga. All right, that's enough comments. That's it for me. If you like the video, like the video. Crazy, am I right? Thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you like the video. If you didn't like the video, like that bitch up anyway. Subscribe to my channel. What else is there? Am I the asshole for telling my daughter what? That she's not gonna marry a billionaire?